To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic novel written by Harper Lee, first published in 1960. The story is set in the 1930s in the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama. It's a coming-of-age story, a social commentary, and a legal drama, all rolled into one. The novel is narrated by Scout Finch, a young girl, who takes us through the events of her childhood and the remarkable characters she encounters during that time. The novel opens with an adult Scout looking back on her childhood in Macomb. Her father, Atticus Finch, is a lawyer and widower, and her brother, Jim, is 4 years older than she is. They live in a neighborhood with diverse families, including the mysterious Radley family, who live next door in a creepy house. Scout and Jim are fascinated by the idea of Boo Radley, a reclusive neighbor whom they've never seen. Boo becomes the subject of local rumors and legends. Their fascination with Boo is one of the early themes of the novel, highlighting the children's curiosity and the power of imagination. The children's father, Atticus, is a man of great integrity and morality. He is assigned to defend Tom Robinson, a black man accused of raping Mela Ewell, a white woman. Atticus takes on this case despite the prejudice and racism of the time, believing in the importance of justice and giving Tom a fair trial. This decision becomes a central point of the story, highlighting the theme of racial injustice and moral courage. As Atticus defends Tom Robinson, the Finch family faces backlash and prejudice from many in the town. Scout and Jim are subjected to insults and ridicule at school due to their father's decision to represent Tom. This is when they first encounter the ugly reality of racism and social injustice in their society. Meanwhile, they continue their fascination with Boo Radley, leaving little gifts and a tree on the Radley property, hoping to make a connection with their mysterious neighbor. They also find small gifts hidden in a knothole of the tree, leading them to believe that Boo is a benevolent figure. The Finch children's mother died when Scout was very young, and they are raised by their black housekeeper, Calpurnia, who is a loving and nurturing figure in their lives. Calpurnia takes them to her black church, exposing them to a different, but warm and welcoming, part of their community. This experience is essential in shaping their understanding of racial dynamics in Macomb. The trial of Tom Robinson begins, and Atticus presents a strong defense. He argues that there is no evidence to support Mela Ewell's claims and that she has falsely accused Tom due to her attraction to him and fear of her abusive father, Bob Ewell. The evidence overwhelmingly supports Tom's innocence, but the jury convicts him due to the deeply ingrained racism of the time. The verdict is devastating for the Finch family, and it shatters the children's belief in the justice system and the fairness of society. This event marks a turning point in their lives as they come to realize the extent of racial prejudice and the limitations of their father's ability to change the world. In the aftermath of the trial, Bob Ewell, Mela's father, is humiliated and seeks revenge against Atticus. He begins to harass and threaten the Finch family. During the Halloween season, Bob attacks Jim and Scout, leading to a violent confrontation in the dark. Boo Radley intervenes, saving the children's lives and finally revealing himself. Boo's heroic actions provide a powerful and emotional conclusion to the story. Scout finally sees Boo Radley as a kind and gentle soul, rather than the terrifying figure of her childhood imagination. The events of that night lead to a greater understanding of empathy and compassion for the people in their community, even those they have never truly known. The novel concludes with Scout looking back on her childhood, reflecting on the lessons she has learned, particularly from her father, Atticus. She understands that the world can be a cruel and unjust place, but it is also filled with good people who strive to do what is right. To Kill a Mockingbird is a timeless classic that continues to be relevant due to its exploration of issues like racism, social injustice, and moral courage. It is a poignant and beautifully written novel that leaves readers with a deep sense of empathy and an understanding of the complexities of the human experience. Harper Lee's work is a lasting tribute to the power of literature to address and challenge the injustices of society.